Okay, well, I reblued this portion of the tube, which is actually the magazine tube. This is looking pretty nice. It's been sitting with an oil on it for about 45 minutes, and it came out pretty good. I'm going to put another coat of oil on and let it sit overnight later. But for now, I'm going to take this. Oh, how good. Hopefully all this rust and nastiness, and the barrel actually looks slightly bent too. All this nastiness, I'm going to actually sand it, which sounds crazy. I've done it once before on a nasty barrel. I've done emery cloth, I've done a bunch of different types of steel wool, I've done green scrubby pads, but this particular barrel, at least this end of it, from here this way, I'm going to start with 150 grit sandpaper because this part's nasty. I mean, it's got deep pitting and deep etching, and it's just nasty. And then I think here I may go to 600 grit, or I may use a scratchier steel wool. My only problem is I don't want to ruin where it says Remington Arms Company and all that stuff, and right here where it says 12 gauge. And I don't want to mess the numbers up, and it says full, you can barely read it there. So at least this part of it, I'm just going to rough it up with steel wool. I believe from here out, well, I'm definitely doing 150 grit here, sandpaper, for starters. And then I'll go back over it with maybe 600, maybe steel wool, maybe both. I don't know. I gotta see what the metal looks like. This, I think I'm just going to scrub down with steel wool and then move it from there. So that's what's going to be next. I'm going to get the sandpaper out and get working on this. Stay tuned. I'll show you my progress. So here's the first part of the barrel cleaned up. I'm not done cleaning it, but this is after going over it with the 150 grit sandpaper. You really, if it's rusty like this one is and pitted like this one is, you really want to just strip it right down to the bare metal. Smooth it up after to get some of the lines out and get the little edge pieces so they're a little better than it is right now. But you can see on this paper there's all this rust and everything. You really want to strip it if you're going to re-blue the entire barrel, which is what I'm going to do. You want to strip it down to bare metal. It just comes out so much better when it's as even and smooth as you can get the surface. And in a case like this one where it's all pitted like that, you really want it scratched up, honestly. Not deep gouges, but like, 200 grit sandpaper, 150 grit sandpaper. That's what you need to do to get rid of the nasty oxidized metal on the surface. And once it's down to this shiny stuff, when we clean it, prep it, that bluing compound is going to blacken this up big time. It's going to look real nice.